we are going to start with SAP S/4HANA Finance session. This is going to be the introduction session. So mostly you would be covering the what is this all about, and from the next upcoming session we would start with the hands-on practice. Okay. A quick introduction about SAP S/4HANA Finance. Agenda of the today's session. So simple finance benefits. What is the benefits? Now we don't call it simple finance, like 1509 version, 1610 version. So those we used to say it like simple finance. Now we call it S4HANA Finance. So SAP S4HANA roadmap, in the initial what they come up with, then enhancement and like new versions what they release when they release. So this roadmap you will see about classic ERP finance and S4HANA finance. What is the difference? So those we will see. Architecture, then functionality impact, process overview, profitability analysis, I guess has been covered already or not sure. I need to check. Okay, but in this session, we would be seeing, in the intro session, we would be covering all these topics today. Moving to the, who is the business partner? So, continuous innovation, new GL is 9 years old, non-disruptive upgrade. So these are the what are the benefits? We could say age of use. So single source of truth with universal general. Maybe this is the benefits of. So new GL is 9 years old now. Non-disruptive upgrade. We can do the upgrade without any disruption of the running system. Age of use. So the benefit of introduction of single source of truth, which is called universal general. Okay, which we see later. There is Siroka table. Eliminate FICO reconciliation. So if we talk about FICO reconciliation, means earlier we used to have the different tables for capturing and storing the different data, source of data. But now everything is getting stored in single source of truth. So why we are calling it single source of truth, we will see in the upcoming slides. Accessibility, so business cockpits, mobile tablet access with intuitive user experience. So now this can be accessed via the uh, we used to access SAP ECC version through GUI only, but now we could access it through Fury apps. Means through browser also we can, through mobile phone, through tablets also we could access it. So run faster. So if we talk about this S4HANA system, so real-time process with S4HANA in memory. So what is in memory basically? Like if we not sure whoever have done the practice in S4HANA system and ACC system in your personal laptop. So generally, like in previously, like we used to get the copy of the SAP system and we used to install in our local desktop. So it was actually requiring only 8 GB of RAM memory. But here we required minimum 120 GB of RAM memory. Then only you would be able to install the S4HANA system, right? We'll talk about database also runs faster. Remove totals and indices table. So this is the reason why it has become more faster. So this is the first reason in memory HANA database, and this is the second reason. Like totals and indices tables has been removed. Latest technology trends. Analytics with HANA views and Lumira. Mobility with Fury. So probably you won't be able to see this Lumira and HANA views. HANA views basically those are accessed by BW persons. Okay. So we can do the analytics and all. Now going to the next slide. S4HANA roadmap. Okay. So in 1979, they released the R2 architecture version. Then 1992, they released R3 version. In 2004, they released the ERP version. In this version, 2015, S4HANA version they had released. Okay. Actually, HANA is basically, what is HANA? So HANA is basically a database. Okay. So earlier the ERP system used to run on the different database. Okay, which is called DBMS. DBMS database base management system. DBMS. Okay, means basically the Oracle database. They were using earlier the DBMS database. Now the system S4 HANA system is running on which database? It's running on HANA database. So benefit of HANA, what is the difference between HANA database and DBMS? So it can be, the data can be stored in the columnar form or maybe row form also. So there are two ways of storing the data in HANA database. In this, only row-based data was getting stored. Okay. I'll come back to this point later with some example in our upcoming sessions. But for now, just for your understanding, the ERP system we're running on DBMS system. And now this S4 HANA system is running on this HANA system. Okay. Now moving to the next slide. So in 2011, they come up with SAP, they introduced HANA database and they launched the BW system on HANA database, not the ERP system. Okay. Then SAP Business Warehouse powered by SAP HANA real-time analysis, real-time reporting, they introduced in 2012. Then SAP Business Suite powered by SAP HANA. So real-time business, OLAP, OLTP. Who knows about, who understands this OLAP? Online analytics, online transactions. Okay. So this is happening in real time. Together, SAP HANA Enterprise Cloud for SAP Business Suite. So they come up with the cloud version of it, okay, of the BW system. SAP Simple Finance, powered by SAP HANA, in instant financial insight, no aggregates, single source of truth. So these are the new changes. And even ERP system has been like it will run on HANA database. Okay. SAP S for HANA. So simplified data model, user experience, advanced processing, choice of deployment, multi-tenancy. So these are the couple of benefits we do have. Okay. So SAP S for HANA, the next generation business should designed to help you run simple the digital economy. Okay. So now we know we are in a digital era. Okay. So your we now are like in a new technology now, and we could see now we could access the SAP system through the browser also. So this is the designed to help you run simple in the digital economy. Okay. So in this digital economy, we can even access our ERP system through browser. Means digitally we can access our uh, ERP system. This new suite is built on our advanced in-memory platform, SAP HANA, and offers a personalized user experience with Fury. So Fury apps, there are various apps. We used to have like transaction code in ECC system, but now in S4 HANA, we have apps. So different apps are there. Okay, we'll see. Now moving to the next slide. So database footprint reduction. So now it stores in the compressed data in the compressed form. So replace totals with on-the-fly aggregation, replace secondary indices with dynamic projection and selection. We understand these technical things in our upcoming sessions. But yeah, means you could see the traditional data, how much memory it was consuming on S4HANA. So this is the reduction. Then simple finance, this is the what the level of memory it is consuming. So data aging 5 fiscal years in the system. So aging data you can remove and keep in a kind of a different storage. Okay, which data you generally don't access in the recent year. So those data aging. So old data we can store in a different memory. Okay. Architecture, let us understand quickly the architecture. So like the customer table we all know, KNA1 and KNC1, LFA1, LFC1. This is general data. This stores your transactional total data. Then general ledger SK1 is the master data. This is your transaction total data. So GLT0 aggregate data. So KNC1, LFC1, then GLT0. Okay. Then COBK header table of controlling COEP transactional data of controlling. These are the uh, transactions related table of finance, BKPF and BSEC. Then BSIS open item and BSID for this is for GL, this is for customer, this is for tax. Okay, so these are called as the index tables. So this is still exists, but BKPF and BSEC still exist. But let me just show you. If I go to the transaction SC11, so if I enter BSIS, display here, it will show you as a view. It's not, it is no longer, it's a view. Okay. This is no longer a table. Okay. This is a serious database view. If I just show you BKPF, so this is still the table, transparent table. Okay. BSEC still exists. It's a transparent table. Okay. BSET, it's a transparent table. Okay. But when we go and check BSID, this will be a view. Okay. BSID. Do you understand the difference between transparent table and views? Right? View means basically it is just the view. This has been built on top of some table. Okay. View does not store any data in any form. This is just a kind of view is just the showing you the data. Okay. So whatever fields like have you heard about SQVI query? SQVI. How many of you know about this SQVI? Any one of you know? Yeah, please go ahead.
Kind of like we combine 2 to 3 tables and like create the output.
Exactly. Means basically this does not store any sort of data, right? It's just the view on top of some tables. Okay. So kind of like view is like that kind of just for the like collecting the data from different sources and show in a format in which you wanted to view it. Okay, but actually why view still exists now? Because some ECC program is still running on say BSAK, BSIAD, BSID, those tables, right? In the current existing system. So if you remove this table, then what will happen? Those customized program or those standard program will start failing, will not be able to successfully get executed, right? So for that reason,
Yeah.
it exists as a views. But as
Mm.
table, this does not exist. The source of information for this view is different tables. Now let's move to the next part.
One point over here, like BSID, BSAK, BSIK, all these table will exist. That means in S/4HANA as well.
No,
Just in
not as
order
a
to,
table, not as a table,
okay,
as a view.
as a queue. Yeah, yeah. Okay, correct.
Means it is
So,
storing any data. It is just pulling the data from some table, transparent table. Earlier, what was happening? Traditionally, SAP has stored GL customer vendor balances and open items in a number of extra database tables in order to support reporting. So like these are the tables, the transactions of this is for vendor LFC1, this is for customer, this is for GL, right? These are the controlling tables, and these are the open item managed related tables. Okay, BS, BSID, BSIK, BSAK, BSAS, BSAD. So and these all are called as the index tables. So a vendor invoice with 3 accounting line items would update at least 10 tables for 15 times. Okay, just an example, but this is not happening in S/4HANA architecture. The new principle of one simplified architecture with SFIN. So Simple Finance 1.0 can achieve the same reporting directly of the line item tables without the need to store balances or open item status separately. So we don't require any longer to store the status separately. Okay, we can have the one source of truth, and where we can also store whether this particular line item is open or cleared. So those information we can store in a single database source. Okay, classic ERP finance. So we were having ML, GL, controlling, COPA, BW, asset accounting. Okay, but SAP S/4HANA, this like accounts payable, fixed assets, general ledger, accounts receivable. So these all are getting stored in a. So we were required to do perform the reconciliation between this, between this, between this, between this. Okay, between asset accounting and financial accounting. Okay, if uh, if this is not matching, so we need to check which all transaction is not matching and all, right? But here this concept is completely different, because the same GL and FI both are getting the data of the GL related transactions and fixed asset related transaction are getting stored in single table, source of table. So then we don't require to perform the reconciliation at the end. This is getting auto reconciled now in S/4HANA system. So here is the introduction of SDOCA, single source of truth. So it will also retain the data coming from GL, profitability, COPA, management accounting, CO, asset accounting, material ledger. So all the information are getting stored in single source of truth. Okay. So new journal entry consists of header. So header is the same, but line item table is not BSEC anymore. We have this SCDOCA table. This is called as the single source of truth. Okay, so what I mean if I say it contains the data of GL data, asset accounting data, and all. Okay, so if you look at the fields, SCDOCA, we just exclude this one. So if I move it, scroll right now. So suppose these are FI related data. See how many fields are there. You won't find these fields, these many fields in your basic table. Okay, so clearing all information are also getting stored in the same table, right? So this is what is happening in the new architecture. Asset related details are also getting stored in the same table. Okay. operating concern. These are related to operating concern, this highlighted part. Okay. This may be your pop-up fields. Build type, solution, distribution channel division. You could just check here. Tell me how many of you familiar with OPA? Here you could see the characteristics. So basically, you will find these characteristics: industry, sales districts, customer group. So industry, okay. These all fields you could see here in the same table. Okay, that's what I wanted to highlight here. Now, moving to the next item. So there are rare cases where entries in SAP are written without a document header. For example, carry forward, corrections in migration. So you won't find that there are rare cases where entries in SAP are written without document header. It's without PF information. Only the SAP is getting updated. This happens only in case of carry forward or any corrections in migration. Okay. The corresponding line items have artificial document numbers beginning with letters. Okay, so when the data which is carry forward related now, so you could see these are having number starting from 2B00 means the characteristics means these are the carry forward line items or corrections. So it will not be the corrections, it will be a carry forward uh, documents. Okay, the corresponding line items have artificial document numbers beginning with letters. So these are basically a carry forward documents. Okay, carry forward you might be aware of, right, everyone? So table Ichidoka contains all fields needed from GL, CO, AA, ML, PA, profitability analysis. Means all this data are now in a single source of information. Ichidoka is now called as single source of information, single source of truth. It contains the data from GL, CO, asset accounting, ML, and profitability. Multi-gap capability through RLDNR. So RLDNR is basically ledger, which we'll see. Multi-gap capability means we can achieve. So suppose IFRS reporting, gap reporting. So we have multiple reporting requirements that we could achieve it through this ledger. 6-digit field for line item numbering. So line item, how many digits are here? If you see line item number 3 and 3, 6. Architecture, universal general. So you could see the details from in this. Okay. New architecture for acquire to retire. NEK, NEP, NEA, NLP, NLC. These are which kind of tables? These are basically your asset related.
Asset.
Yeah. Yeah. So plan values, all the depreciation plan values you could see here. FedDoc IT. So means these tables you can refer to now for asset related thing. So actual data of NEK, NEP, NEA, NLP, NLC is now stored in SAP. NEK data is stored in BKPF. Okay. This header information is where it is stored. It is stored in BKPF. Capability views. So these are the views. FAT, these are the views. NEK, if you wanted to check the data of NEK, so what you need to do? /n.
So, Rahul, one thing is like whatever transaction data is there, it will come to SADOCA, but master data table will remain same, like ANLA, all those things.
Master data will remain same. Master data will remain same. So if you wanted to view the NEK details, NEK data, so it exists as a views, and you need to add like a FAV underscore NEK. So it's a comparatively view. It exists, NEK also exists, but as a view. Okay. Provided in order to reproduce the old structures. Access to old data in tables is still possible via the views. So if you wanted to view the data of NEK, how you could see through the views. Okay. Non-actual items is statistical data ANEP for tax purposes previously stored in ANEP, NEA, NLP, NLC. It's now stored in table FAT.IT. Okay, so this data we could see. Plant data previously stored in NLP and NLC. So those data we could see in FAT plant values. FAT.IT and statistical data in FAT.IT. Okay, so this data NEP, NEA, NLP, NLC related data you could see in FAT.IT. And this plant values you could see in FAT plant values. Okay, here you could see those details. Depreciation plan figures appears right in the AW0 in transaction. So that you could see here. So these plan figures you could see here. No depreciation in 2023. Already completely depreciated. Just go back. So this is the plan data you see here. Periodical 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So to add basically 53 into 3 is 1 for how many months? Maybe some changes might have happened. That's the reason it is showing this much value. But ideally it should show. Now let's move to the next slide. Actual items. So actual data of COEP values type 0 for actual and 11 is statistical actual stored in ACDFA now. Required actual data for long running orders projects from COSQ could be BAK. This information is also now getting stored in ACDFA. This information we could also see in ACDFA. Okay. Currently the header table COBK, the target is replace COBK through BKPF. So now COBK data where we could see in BKPF. Compatibility views. So still COEP you could see as a compatibility views V underscore COEP are provided in order to reproduce the old structure. So that your existing program does not interrupt. Okay. Access to data in all old tables is still possible via the views. p underscore this. So old table exists as a compatibility views. Non-actual items. So values other than 0411 are stored in COEP, COSP, COSS. Okay. So what we saw just now. So benefit of simple finance, S/4HANA roadmap, classic ERP and simple finance, the comparison versus S/4HANA finance comparison, architecture, functionality impact, process overview. So till here we have covered so far. Functionality, process overview, and profitability is still to go through. Let me run through quickly. So the benefit like continuous improvement. So non-disruptive upgrade. So you could do the upgrade without any disruption of the running system. Ease of use, single source of truth with universal general. Elimination of FICO reconciliation. Accessibility, we will discuss in detail about these things, okay? So that you get much clarity about what we mean by single source of truth, what is the elimination of FICO reconciliation. Accessibility, so we can make access to mobile tablet with intuitive user experience. Runs faster, real-time processes with HANA in memory. Database is faster. So now the S/4HANA system is running on HANA database. The previous database was Oracle, which is basically a kind of RDBMS database, relational database management system. Remove totals and indices tables. So many tables, indices, and total tables has been removed in S/4HANA system, which we will see. Latest technology trends, analytics with HANA views and Lumira, mobility with Fury. Okay. So now HANA views basically are built by the BW consultants, and we can do the analytics on top of those HANA views. Hope you guys all understand the difference between views and tables, right? So this is the roadmap of SAP S/4HANA. So the first version was like R2, then they come up with R3 version, they then introduced ERP version, then S/4HANA version. So R2 version is basically they launched in 1979. They come up with two versions. One is presentation layer, and second one is application plus database layer. Only the presentation and database layer. Okay. Then in R3 version, presentation, application, and the database layer. So these three means this application. This application layer has been introduced in R3 version. ERP version. So likewise, same. The in terms of architecture, it was quite same. But ERP, like apart from finance, they introduce other functionality in the ERP version. The complete management of your ERP system, like SD, MM, so many modules has got introduced. S/4HANA, so they come up with new approach of HANA data storage and all, so which they call it HANA database. Okay, so columnar approach and row-wise approach. So this is the new changes in HANA database. Okay, columnar are used where you have to do the analysis. So columnar data is comparatively much faster compared to the row-based approach. Okay. So roadmap the path to S/4HANA. So S/4HANA in-memory platform. So they come up with HANA database. So HANA database is basically in-memory platform. So it got introduced in 2021. They released the SAP BW system on top of HANA database. So they call it SAP Business Warehouse powered by SAP HANA, real-time analysis and real-time reporting. SAP Business Suite powered by SAP HANA, real-time business, OLAP and OLTP, online analytics and online transactions together. Okay, OLAP and OLTP means SAP HANA Enterprise Cloud for Business Suite on S/4HANA. So they release the cloud version as well. SAP Simple Finance powered by SAP HANA, instant financial insights, no aggregates, single source of truth. Okay, so this is the feature of S/4HANA. Simplified data model, new user experience, advanced processing, choice of deployment, multi-tenancy. Okay, so choice of deployment we would understand later, like on-premise, on cloud. So these are the choice of deployment options are there. Multi-tenancy also I would explain later. How many of you understand this choice of deployment part, the features of choice of deployment? Anyone who have worked on S/4HANA? So as simple finance database footprint reduction. So like traditional database the storage, which was taking around 600 GB. So same in S/4HANA. So in S/4HANA system, the data is stored in the optimized form or say reduced size. So which is called the compressed size. Okay. So that get reduced means same data we could store in the within this much of GB. The 593 GB which were being used in consumed in traditional database will be stored in HANA database using only just 118 GB. So simple finance only 42.4 GB. So means the way of data storage has got changed. Okay, or aging data we could do the retrieve. Okay, we can keep it in a separate kind of data. Okay, if you might have heard about this cloud approach, so there it's having multiple kind of storage. Okay, so then architecture, ERP versus simple finance. So ERP system we were having aggregates table, master table for customer KNA1, KNC1, vendor LFA1, LFC1, general ledger HK1, GLT0. These are the controlling related table, header and line item, COSS, COSP, BKPF, BCheck for finance, BSIS, BSID, BSET, tax related table. These are called as these are basically your index tables. Okay. So no need to have this index table now in S/4HANA system. They got they exist as a view in S/4HANA system because to not to interrupt the currently running programs. If you remove it completely, then you would find like many program is giving some error or stopped working or kind of. Okay, but those these index tables still exist, but as a kind of views, not as a transparent table. Classic ERP finance versus simple finance. So, Finance 1.0 can achieve the same reporting directly of the line item tables without the need of to store balances or open item status separately. So, from the line item table itself, so we don't require these tables. Basically, all the index tables have been removed now. Okay, open item, manage item, all the status we could see in one single source of information. Okay, so which we call it AC row table. So you see in the upcoming slides. So earlier we required to have we need to do the reconciliation between MLGL, GL asset accounting, CO, GL, then SCOPA, then business warehouse. But here we don't require to separately do the reconciliation because all the information are getting stored in universal general AC doka. Universal general is which table? AC doka table. So if the data here the reconciliation were needed because the data were getting stored in different separate tables. But here the tables is same. So means real time reconciliation is happening. No required to have the separate reconciliation is no longer required. Okay. So now this reconciliation is no longer ledger GL with subledgers. Asset accounting, all those things are called as subledgers. So ABST, something we called like if you recall, we used to have a transaction called ABST. You just recall ABST transaction in SAP. See, FIA reconciliation, right? correct? ABST2, later on they started saying this ABST2. So these transactions is no longer required. Okay. So this is happening in the real time. Okay. Because the data which we are getting stored in different tables now getting stored in single table, which is called universal general. Earlier, this data were getting stored in different tables. This data were getting asset related data were getting stored in different tables. So now the data is getting stored in same table. So no more reconciliation is required. You could see this is the single table, single source of truth. This is also called as single source of truth. So data of general ledger are getting stored here. Data of COPA profitability also are getting stored here. ML data is also getting stored here. Asset accounting data is also getting stored here. Management accounting CO data are also getting stored here. Okay. The new journal entry consists of header, BKPF, and HCDOCA line item tables. There are rare cases where entries in HCDOCAs are written without a document header. So it will never happen like there is a entry exists in HCDOCA, but corresponding header information does not exist in BKPF. This happens only in case of carry forward and corrections. Okay. This happens only in case of carry forward and corrections. The line item data exists, but no header data. The corresponding line items have artificial document numbers beginning with letters. Okay. So this kind of carry forward document, how do you identify? If it starts with number, so this document number starts with number. Okay. Sorry, character. So these are basically carry forward document. Okay. Table HCDOCA contains all fields needed for GL, CO, A, ML, PA, which I explained in this one, this screen. So same is written over here. If we can find the data from GL, CO, A, ML in single source of information, single source of truth, HCDOCA. HCDOCA table, now they introduced in S/4HANA system, which does not exist in your ECC system. Okay. So there are two differences. Okay. Who asked this question? Sorry, I'm not been able to. Madhu, something. Who asked these questions? So let me just quickly. Uh, so, like first is you can see the data which was getting stored in different database table, which is called RDBMS Oracle database table. Now they are using different database, which is called HANA. So HANA database is having advantage in-memory data storage. Okay, in-memory data storage means you can get the data on fly. On fly, I will just using these terms, so just ignore these terms. I will explain you a bit later. So on fly data means, say, you understand the concept of main memory and this RAM memory. How many of you understand the concept of RAM memory and main memory? Anybody else?
So in RAM memory, there is only temporary data, and that other one I don't know.
Okay, just notice one thing, huh? Let me just show you something. Task manager. Are you able to see my task manager?
Yes.
So basically, these all applications, Firefox, Google Chrome, Edge, PowerPoint, whatever application is running in my system or open in my system at this moment is like runs in your RAM memory. Okay. So this is temporary data. Once I will my switch off my laptop, so my RAM will be empty. If I just close from here now, then you would see like my presentation is on end the task. See, it is asking. See, all my presentation got closed. Okay. So means whatever is in RAM, okay? So these are faster memory. RAM is faster memory. This is temporary but faster. Okay, so presentation. If I just whatever in my RAM memory, it will get open quickly. Okay, so this is faster. Although this is temporary, once we'll switch off this laptop, then the this data will be gone. And once you open any application for the first time after restarting your computer, it takes more time. But once you open it for the second time, you can quickly open that application. No, it will not going to take that level that much of time. Okay,
Right.
so in the S4 HANA system, you have a memory of RAM memory of 120 GB. Okay, so 120 GB of RAM memory means you are most of your data which we are using mostly that resides in your RAM memory. Okay, so RAM memory, if the data resides in your RAM memory, then you would be able to access those data faster. Understood? So in memory concept means the data is faster in the execution is faster in S4HANA system because of in-memory database capability of S4HANA system. Okay, compared to ECC system. So I just mentioned in the beginning, like whoever used to install the SAP system in their local system for practice. Okay, so in ECC system, the minimum configuration for your system required was 8 GB of RAM memory. Okay, and maybe say 100 GB of your hard disk. So those are the basic requirement. If I just open one slide, so RAM like each system minimum configuration is 6 GB say RAM, okay, and hard disk say 100 GB. But here in S4 HANA installation, minimum configuration requirement is 120 GB RAM minimum. Okay, see the how much more RAM is required compared to ECC system. So all your data, running data will reside in 120 GB. So if the data will reside in your 120 GB, so automatically the speed of the this data retrieving, accessing the data in a HANA system, it will be much faster compared to ECC system. Clear? Agree? Now let us move to the next slide. Yeah, so summarization. So basic summarization is still in place and can be used as usual. ACDoka stores the full detail that is needed for all components. Summarizing basic aggressively will bring relief with respect to 999 line item limitation has only 3 digits. So basic well now, basically what I'm referring to. This line item. So in basic, if you might have noticed, this is 3-digit number. So what is the maximum value in 3-digit possible? Maximum number is 999. So means in a particular document, you can post up to 999 line items. Okay, more than 999 not possible. Okay, but here the digit is 6 digit, means up to this number of line item you can post. Okay. Have you noticed like how the data is stored in a B6 table? You have the company code, you have the year, you have the document number, and then line item number 001, 002, 003, like that, right? So in a document, maximum how many lines are possible? 999, right? Because its limit is, let me show you basic table. Its digit is how much? 3 digit, right?
Right.
So this is another difference compared to basic and SAP. Okay. Now moving to the next slide. This can be done since SAP stores the full detail and has a 6-digit field for line item. Account-based COPA. So now in S4HANA we have the account-based COPA and we have margin analysis. So and these are the header and line item table for CO. Okay. So COPA object number 4711 material this, material group this. So this information we used to store in not in C tables. Okay, C4. This is operating concern. Whatever is the OP concern code. So this used to get stored in this kind of tables. Okay, but now in S4HANA, this can be stored and viewed in the same table SAP itself. Okay, COPA related fields are also visible there. Financial accounting, BKPF and BSIC. Fixed asset accounting in universal journal. So audibility and simplicity benefits. What are the benefits? Dependent complete depreciation areas, no delta areas are used as before. So delta area is not required any longer. Okay, because you can have a different depreciation. You can have a multiple ledgers and for multiple reporting requirement. Okay, simplified chart of depreciation, only one depreciation. Ledger concept you will see in our upcoming session in the system itself. Okay, so don't worry about that part, you would see. Simplified chart of depreciation, only one depreciation area per valuation necessary. Okay, so we can have multiple valuation as per the company act, as per the IT act. So there could be a multiple reporting requirement and valuation approach requirement. Okay, so that we can achieve it through now only one depreciation area per valuation. So it means if the valuation is IFRS, so required only one valuation area, and other like we can have the copy of it. Okay, I will show you. Once we'll see this general ledgers now, I will show you. Okay, new document display. Explain the detailed impact of any transaction of the books. BSEC table still exists. BSEC was designed to handle efficiency of open item. Open items must not be split and must not be doubled. Report according to them number of gaps. So the definition of BSEC did not foresee storing different gaps is parallel. Key like ledger is missing. So ledger is not available in BSEC table. Okay. Storing document lines, splitted document lines, civils waivers. Asset accounting. Asset accounting is based on the universal journal entry. There is no longer any redundant data stored. Reconciliation of postings are no longer necessary with closing operations as general ledger. Okay, reconciliation is not required. Accounting and asset accounting are reconciled anyway due to universal journal entry. Depreciation posting occur with auditors. Depreciation is posted for the individual assets. Reporting at the level of zero account assignments is possible. or individual assets. Fast close and soft close are supported. Plant values are available in real time. The depreciation on posting run is faster due to new data structures and parallel processing. The hitherto existing periodic processing run for FSC value is redundant. We'll understand this concept, not to worry. Like what I'm referring to, all these things once we'll start the asset accounting session, GL session. So how the data is getting stored and captured. So those all we will see in detail. Okay. So not worry about that. Central finance. So functionality impact. So used to report on financial figures sourced from different systems. So simple finance from different systems are there. You can report to the central system, and from there it will get transferred to HANA database system. So this is not required. Simple finance concept, central finance concept is not required. So data is getting transferred through SLT system landscape transformation. So this is a complete altogether a different concept which in our session this is central finance is not a part of our training scope. Okay, this is just for understanding. So coming from SAP system, non-SAP system, MDG system in our simple finance system. So real-time replication, data harmonization on the fly, data quality built-in validation inherently reconciled. So suppose some data is coming from MDG. So MDG, we created some master data cost center. So auto reconciliation will happen the other system as well. Okay. So if we have the data at two places here and here, so it will not be like a duplication of data. So validation, inbuilt validations are there. Okay. Summary of table changes. So these are the tables which has been removed or exist as an views. Okay. These are basically compatibility views. Supported conversion paths. If you are using one of the following products, you can convert your system to SAP S/4HANA. So ERP is 6.0 or higher, then you can convert to S/4HANA. S/4HANA Finance 1605, then also you can migrate to transform to S/4HANA system. Simple SAP Simple Finance on-premise edition 15.10, 15.3. Simple Finance add-on 1.0. In any one of these, if you are using, then you can transform to S/4HANA system. Okay. So the conversion to SAP S/4HANA follows a defined process. The following figure gives an overview of the tools, the phases, and the activities involved in this process. System requirements, maintenance planner, pre-checks, custom code migration, software upgrade manager, SUM DB migration, software upgrade. So these are the steps involved in prepare phase, realize phase. Okay. So S/4HANA having two phases, prepare and realize phase. So in the what are the system requirements? First we will check. Then we will do the maintenance planner. Then pre-checks. Okay. Pre-checks means what is configured, what is not configured. So those all things we will the pre-checks. Okay, because once migrate to S/4HANA, so those programs would continue to work. Then customized checks, custom code migration check. So this SAP ERP system, it was running on any DB or SAP HANA. SAP system, 15th version. It is running just on SAP HANA version. This 65 version also running on same. Okay. Okay. Then S/4HANA system is running on S/4HANA system. This is the another difference. ERP system is running on a database, and this from Simple Finance onward, it is running on HANA database. SAP Fury. So you can access the SAP using the Fury apps through browser, through phone, through tablets. Means no longer you require to remember the P code and all. Okay. Costing based profitability analysis is the form of profitability analysis that groups. Can someone tell me about what is account based COPA, what is condition based COPA? COPA part has been already covered, so maybe we will ignore this part. But just for your information, earlier we used to have condition based COPA and then account based COPA. So this is real time reconciled. Okay, condition based COPA. So whenever we were activating the condition based COPA, it used to activate like some structures C1 and then table. This COPA, we don't need to kind of doing some say or reconciliation between account and profitability. So it happens like once you post to the revenue account, automatically the COPA parts gets updated. Okay, for P&L account, this is applicable for P&L account. Okay, revenue accounts. Form of profitability analysis that groups cost and revenues according to value fields and costing based valuation approach, both of which you can define yourself, guarantees you access at all times to a complete short-term profitability report. Account based is a form of profitability analysis organized in accounts and using an account-based valuation approach. The distinguishing characteristics of this form is its use of cost and revenue elements. Okay, it provides you with the profitability report that is permanently reconciled with financial accounting. So in this, automatically reconciled, no required to do the separate reconciliation. Account based versus costing based. So market profitability, internal profit and loss. Okay. Then market second. So cost of sales accounting, perpetual accounting, periodic accounting, cost of sales, and perpetual accounting. Account based COPA based on cost element, COGS reconciled and of delivery post goods issue. Okay, so reconciliation happens at the time of goods issue. Okay, or delivery. Costing based COPA based on value fields coming from SD. Condition type mapped with the COPA value fields. Same time of the billing in SD, not at time of delivery post good. Okay, so this is the difference between account based COPA and condition based COPA. So that's it from I guess from this slide. Let me just go. COPA data flow postings SD order delivery billing. So it gets stored in CE, starting with table CE1 and the operating concern number. So this COPA related data in the condition based COPA gets stored in such table CE1 A000 suppose A000 so that gets stored. Okay. COPA modification, FI posting, BKPF visit, and directly into SCDOCA. Okay, and this reflects directly in COPA. CO only postings allocations. So I'll show you like in S4 HANA system, you could see like COPA is getting updated. COPA related details are getting updated directly in SCDOCA table. Okay, once I will post do the some posting, we will see. Okay, so it's a real time reconciliation is happening. Account based COPA means GL. From GL, once we make the posting in GL, automatically it will flow. The condition based COPA. So in the SC document, we have multiple conditions. So from conditions, it get transferred to the COPA value fields. Okay. So this is the difference between a condition-based COPA and the account-based COPA. Understood? Do I need to repeat? Okay. So in condition-based COPA, okay. So suppose PR00 is the condition is for price of the condition, SD condition. Okay. So price minus say second condition is freight. Okay. The price is say 100 rupees. So 100 rupees SAP invoice we are going to raise. Just ignore the tax part. So suppose ki, one person is having say account-based COPA. Okay, so once we do the real-time posting, once we do the posting in account-based COPA scenario, so once we do the posting in revenue account or say P&L account, so automatically that get reflected in your COPA. Okay, okay, because we don't have like condition concepts here. But in condition-based COPA, we used to have like PR00 is one condition. The second condition is related to say discount. So this relates to documents. The actual posting invoice of value say 10 and the credit note also say any kind of say you can ask your vendor will be your account, right? Ask your vendor to like uh, eh, let me show you some example. See profitability. Type is profitability analysis somewhere. One second. Okay, I'll find some example. So when you make the posting in the revenues here, so automatically reflects into your COPA report. See like K30, K24, all those reports. Okay. So here they are using margin analysis. Okay. So once you made the posting in this cost element, automatically this has started reflecting your COPA report. Okay, so this is in the account-based COPA. So real-time replication is happening in your COPA also. Okay, but in case of this condition-based COPA, okay. So VA03, let me show you some sales order. You could see here the conditions. PR00. Okay, so this condition will be mapped to your COPA value fields. Okay, so once this will be mapped to your value fields, so this value will get transferred from PR00 PPR0 to your corresponding revenue, value fields. Okay. Let us not get confused with this. So this is condition-based COPA. Means the data is getting transferred from condition to the corresponding value field of COPA. And in the account-based COPA, the data is getting transferred from GL account to the corresponding COPA value fields. Okay. Explaining you like COPA part is also getting stored in ACDOCA table. So whatever you are seeing in this K24 reports now, sorry here now. So whatever I shown you just a while ago, K24 reports. So same you could see here also in ACDoc also. So those details you could find in. I'll show you like whatever is getting in whatever is shown in this report now, K24 report. So these details you can see in this COPA also. Same. I'll show you maybe in next session. I will show you like this document where you could find, because I need to just create a layout so that I can quickly show you these things. Okay. COPA related fields are not shown over here. One 2023 in January created now. Let me find out in COPA. So you guys also access the SAP in this way, or do you access like GUI? Let me check if there is any other way like we can access in a different manner. It is little annoying, something like. COPA line items, okay? So whatever is appearing here, let me just go back and pass the document number. So here, this is the line item 12512, okay? So same is also getting, sorry, same is getting stored in our ACDoc table as well. If I just scroll It's a bit slow because you are accessing it from remote. So that's why it will be a little slow. So don't worry. See, this is the line item, right? 5408300. 5408300, right? So if I just again, I wanted to show you one more thing. So means once we posted in the account, same gets reflected in COPA directly. So this is called account-based COPA. In the condition-based COPA, it will flow from the value in COPA will flow from conditions, SD conditions. Okay. I wanted to show you one more thing. Object class. Okay. So, and this COPA is basically for P&L account. Okay. Profit and loss account, either revenue or COPA is basically profitability analysis. The total income minus total expense. So that will be your profitability, right? Wanted to show you one more thing. Just a second. It will show you profitability analysis, object class. So you can filter all the profitability data based on this object class profitability analysis, and same you can find in the report as well.